All right, hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Anthony, and in today's video we're going to be talking about fight parties. Now, this video and the last video collectively, we're kind of like vision casting videos. So when we talk about Fight Coffee and our vision to raise awareness, what are we talking about, right? So in the last video, what we were talking about was students on their campuses raising awareness, raising funds, because it's the students who are primarily targeted by traffickers. So that's what we talked about in the last video. In today's video, we're going to talk about fight parties, which, students could do, but it really is for anybody and everybody. So, so there are like 4 words that I would share with you kind of to sum up what fight coffees are. First word is community. Second one is coffee. Third one is awareness. And the other one is merchandise. All right, so those are, 4 words. And so let me just kind of unpack that now real quick. We'll look first at community. So in community, you kind of have 2 types of community, right? You have a large and a small group. So in a small group, we're just looking at getting some people together, some family, some friends, maybe, something to do at home. Or, you could get together with people at work, maybe during lunch or something like that. Maybe you're part of a knitting, crocheting club, right? And y'all meet in the mornings and you have coffee. Regardless of what type of small group it is, the whole point is to get them together and to share more about Fight Coffee and how we can fight human trafficking. So that's kind of the idea, is just getting some people together. Now on a larger scale, what I hope to do this summer, and of course I'll make a video of it, so I want to have a party in a park, get some local human trafficking organizations to be there, to be present, to get the word out about who they are to whoever comes. Certainly you have somebody speak. Hopefully, people who are actively fighting and educating survivors. So that'll be great. Hopefully have some live music. Certainly we'll serve some coffee, have some merchandise for sale. So just a big party, get the word out, get as many people as you can to come. And then as people are hopefully it's one of those types of parks. We have one in Portland, Maine where, a lot of people are going to be walking by, driving by. So so we can have small fight parties, we can have large fight parties. The point is, let's get some people together and educate them about human trafficking. All right, so that's the first point. It's just getting people together. So the next part is, once you got the people together, right, what are you going to do? Serve them some coffee, right? Because while human trafficking is our cause, right, serving coffee or selling coffee is the means by which we fight. That's the means by which we raise the money so that we can give it to the organization so they can do more of what they do, right? So it makes sense to give people some coffee, let them taste it, let them taste the coffee that raises awareness and fights human trafficking, right? So we will have options. We'll have light, medium, dark, obviously. I don't know how many coffees we will have down the road. We're going to be launching with 3 coffees, and I'll talk more about that later. So I don't want to get off track. So anyway, there'll be some options that if you're having a party and you want to serve up some coffee, you want to have some options, because you got the light lovers and the medium and the dark roast people, right? So you want to have something for everybody. So that'd be one thing that would be the easy kind of first step, if you will, idea about serving coffee. Now, next level, and this is something I would like to do at my fight parties, is to have a little fun and to educate people about coffee, ways to make coffee, different means, because obviously, this bad boy right here is going to be the standard, probably typical way that, the coffee is going to be made. I think most people make coffee this way. Wow, that smells delicious. Okay, sorry. So that's, that's the standard way. But if you're going to crank things up a notch, perhaps you are yourself a coffee lover, and this is how maybe you used to roll, but you don't roll that way anymore. Maybe you're into the French press, and maybe people who come to your fight party, maybe they've heard about a French press. Hey, how many people have heard about the French press? How many people have seen one, used one? Right? For those who haven't, you could just do a quick explanation. You put your water in, you put your coffee in, you mix it up, you kind of leave it there to soak, versus, and explain, right? So this is what I'm talking about. You'd explain how the coffee, there's really no control here. You just kind of let the water drip down through and it fills it up. There's not a lot of control what you can do as far as flavor wise, but here you can leave it in a little longer, shorter. Okay, so you have a little more control here. And of course the control freaks will be like, what? Ooh, something else I can control? Ooh, I gotta get one of those, you know? So, but anyway, so you could explain something like that. Or you could explain something like this. Now, this is what I use to make my lattes at home. Well, I use two things. This is the first one. And again, it's simple. You just explain, you put the water in here, you put the filter in, you put the coffee in, you put the top back on, you put it on the stove, and you wait for it to percolate up through this bad boy right here. I'm drawing a blank on what the technical term is. It's tubular. Anyway, so this is great. And what's awesome is that if you want to have fun with some coffee, you can let them taste the same coffee. Let's taste it in the drip. Let's taste it in the French press. Let's put it in this bad boy, okay? And taste the difference. So, it's kind of fun. And then, of course, you might want to introduce them to something like this. Now, this is what I use to steam my milk. So I put the water in, not passing this line, and then you put it on high on the stove, and then you wait for the steam, whatever the noise is that it makes. You'll know it's steaming up out of here. Then you know it's ready. It's going to have a little drip coming out of here. Then you open up the valve. Well, first you put your cold milk in, and then you open up the valve, and then just like you hear at the cafe, you get that sound. So doing the same thing at home. And what's kind of fun is to show people, a lot of people, they think, hey, if I want that quality latte, cappuccino, whatever, I got to go spend $5-6 at Starbucks to get that. Where, no, you don't. You can do it at home, and it can taste, dare I say, even better, right? Because you learn, and you know how to customize things to you. And the barista, they don't know you. I mean, they may make a good cup of coffee, but you can really customize it. So anyway, the whole idea with a fight party, obviously you got some people together, they're tasting the coffee, but you can make the coffee experience fun and exciting, maybe not exciting, educational, hopefully beneficial, so people can see some options that they might have, And of course, you'd want to have some options for non-coffee drinkers, right? Because while we are Fight Coffee, there are you don't have to drink the coffee to fight human trafficking, obviously. And so we also at Fight Coffee have some options. I'll talk about that in a second. So, so it's, obviously it'd be nice to have some tea or whatever else you might serve to other people who don't drink the coffee. So anyway, right? So we have gathering some people together. We're serving them some coffee. And then, of course, why are we all here? We're here to educate, to bring awareness, right? Why? Because so few people know either about human trafficking, they don't know the extent to which it exists, and certainly many people have no idea about the proximity of it. For example, I live in Maine, a state of around 1 million people. I mean, that's, I'm coming from New York City. you got more than 1 million people on your block. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. So it's just funny to be in a state where there's only 1 million people. But anyway, the point is that many people, let's say out here, would think, oh, human trafficking, that's probably third world, that's maybe inner city, maybe Boston at best. Portland? Doubt it, let alone my community. Meanwhile, statistics are somewhere around 300 to 400 people in the state of Maine they're saying are present-day slaves right now that need to be rescued and who are not being rescued presently. Okay, so when people hear that type of stuff and they're informed and they're made aware, that it exists, and then what we can do, how to spot it, how to protect our children, etc. All these things are vitally important, and who's going to do it? Who's going to spread the word? Are we waiting for somebody? We can do that, or we can do something. We can have a party with people that we know and love. I mean, it's real simple. So anyway, so that's what we want to do, bring awareness. But now, so that's why we want to do it. Of course, right, it's the key to prevention. And as I mentioned about parents, many parents, they need to know how to protect their children. And that's so important. Like the fight clubs, of course, if we can speak directly to kids and make them aware, that's awesome. But especially for the younger kids who are also being targeted, no school is going to let you talk to their first grade, second grade, third grade about human trafficking. But through a fight party, we can talk to the parents and let them know that the traffickers want their first grader, their second grader. You know what I'm saying? So this is super important. So anyway, so obviously we want to bring awareness. So, but how, right? Do you have to be a speaker, right? If you're having a fight party at your house, or at work, do you have to bring the information and be a speaker? No. Two things. One is I will have other YouTube videos that are specifically for those who want to host fight parties, and I'll have that informational component so that it's just easy for you to just put it up there, and whether it's at home on your TV or on a laptop or at work, you bring a laptop in, whatever, all you got to do is throw up a video and then we'll take it from there. So we can help you with the awareness portion. But another great idea, even a better idea, would be if you are close to a human trafficking organization, and if someone would be willing, if they have the time or the willingness to come and to speak, that would be great, because A, that's a local organization. B, it could be a lot more interactive as far as asking questions, hearing stories, and so forth. So that would be really the ideal. But again, if that's not an option, then we'd have the videos for you. So that would be just an awesome way to get the word out at the fight party. Now, of course, be sure to let them know, if you don't have a speaker, let people know about the local organizations. If I have a YouTube video, I can't specifically highlight every human trafficking organization, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So, but you could at least, let people know, hey, this is the organization that we're supporting here locally, or the closest to you, right? And of course, you want to explain how it all works, right? So basically, they create an account, they select an organization, and every time they purchase coffee or merchandise, the organization of their choice profits. So they purchase, the organization profits. It's that simple. So, but simple thing. I may have that in the video as well. Again, some people don't like to talk at all. They don't want to do anything. So we'll be bringing that information, to the people. So you have bringing your community together, you're serving them coffee, you're raising awareness, and the last piece is raising funds, right? So generally speaking, when people hear about this and they don't know about it, they didn't know about it, or they didn't know the extent to which it exists, many people are immediately like, what can I do? That was the first thing that I thought of when I heard about it. I'm like, what can I do? I need to do something. And so this is what I love about Fight Coffee. For every person who's already drinking coffee, all they have to do is just drink a different coffee. The coffee that they're presently drinking and they're giving their money to, the profits aren't going to fight human trafficking. If they give to Fight Coffee, then they know that their profits are going to fight human trafficking. Super easy. So what can they do? Boom, drink coffee. Those who don't drink coffee, again, we still have options. For example, our merchandise. So we have this bad boy. Okay, this just came in. This will be available in our first fundraiser. Okay, stay tuned. All right, so you got this on this side, and of course it says on this side, fighting human trafficking, one cup at a time. It's got our URL to our website. Got some cute little beans on here. So anyway, nice attractive mug designed by my buddy, John Cruz. He's doing my t-shirts. I wish he's designing them now. I wish I had it here to show you. Stay tuned. Obviously, I'll be showing you when they come out. I'll talk more about John. Would love to just pump him up. Gifted artist. He works with people. He's doing all our branding. So he does stuff on the side. Anyway, I'll talk more about my boy JC down the road. But the point is, you want to have some merchandise, right? Hopefully you're wearing it. You got some. You're showing it off. You're like, check it out. If people can see it on you, you're wearing a hat, t-shirt, mug, whatever you got. Again, especially obviously it's for everybody, but for the non-coffee drinkers, they can get some merchandise. And I think, even if you don't drink coffee, just wearing the t-shirt, wherever you go, people are like, oh, wow. So it's a great way to spread the word. So the non-coffee drinkers can still hook up all their coffee drinking friends with the merch that we have. So anyway, that's about it. That's the recap. Get some people together, serve them some coffee, raise awareness, right? Hopefully raise some funds through the sale of some merch. Obviously, you're not selling it. You just direct them to our website. Boom. It's kind of easy. So, as I wrap this up, I would just say, or I would encourage you, don't go it alone, right? Now, some people, they're the type of person who would, they would love to, open up their home, make the coffee, show the video, they love to do everything. Some other people, maybe you're a super introvert, but you got a beautiful home and people who love coffee, and people who want to fight human trafficking, and get some people together and kind of put a little team together. So that might be an option for the the people who don't want to be in the front and they love to be behind the scenes, right? I think this fight party idea kind of lends itself to people with a certain type of personality. But if you don't have that quote unquote type of personality, you can still connect with people who do in some way or another. And there's certainly behind the scenes, like I said, things that you could do. So that's an idea. And I think another great idea is for parents who want to do something meaningful with their family, do something as like, what can we do as a family? We go on vacation, we do a lot of things. This is something you can do in your community, right where you're at, with people who you know. Do something positive, and a lot of kids can get really behind this. Even the younger kids, they can serve coffee. You can find things for them to do. Even a kid can just share their heart, you know what I mean, as a young person. So it's just a really good family idea. So I'm just throwing that out for you, for whoever might think that is a good idea. So there you go. The point is we wrap it all up, is have fun. It's a great, it's a heavy subject, but I think we don't have to be heavy 24/7. And I think if we just only focus on the problem, we're going to get depressed and discouraged, and it's kind of hopeless. But if we focus on the solution, that's positive and hopeful and encouraging. And I think that's the whole idea. And if we're focused on the solution, we can still have fun at the same time doing it, So that's the idea. Have fun, be you, raise awareness, raise funds. Let's make a difference. Together we can make a difference. And hopefully by having a fight party, you'll see that you can make a difference and you'll have fun doing it. So there you go. That's all I got for this video. I can't wait to do actually a fight party and take you guys along as I video it. So certainly stay tuned for that. But that's all I got for this video. Stay tuned for the next one. And again, I would say, what time it is, right? Like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and certainly share this video. We got to get the word out, right? I mean, 5 people watching this video, 10 people watching this video, and it's not going to work, right? So let's capitalize on the beauty of what we have right here, YouTube, because we can share, we can get the word out, and we can, hopefully we get some people in the pipe. So when it's time to launch Fight Coffee, we'll have a bunch of people, not 6 or 8 people in line waiting for the store to open, but we'll have, ideally, I'd like to have a minimum of 1,000, a couple thousand people. That would be great. When we open up, boom, we can hit the ground running. So again, thank you for joining me on this journey, and we'll catch you in the next video.